It's likely that the accomplished director, actor, and writer Kathryn Shaw has taught many of the members sitting in this room tonight. Four counselors on Equity's 22-person council are former students, and a fifth worked alongside of Ms. Shaw at Studio 58 at Langara College in Vancouver. Please welcome to the stage my dear old buddy, Jane Heyman. Who is an equity counselor for BC, and as I say, a dear friend and colleague of many years, who yearly says she must give up the work. She just is not able to do all these things anymore, but hasn't yet found out how to say no when a worthy cause presents itself to her. And she, along with Equity Councillor for Ontario and Studio 58 graduate Min Lee, will present the life membership to Kathryn Shaw.
I think it was in 1973 that a young woman with the most beautiful, long, red hair, recently arrived from the United States, showed up to audition for the New Play Centre in Vancouver, where I was assisting Pamela Hawthorne. She immediately caught our interest. However, shortly afterwards, she went to California to work. Luckily for all of us, she returned to BC and stayed. Kathryn Shaw, my dear colleague, teaching partner of more than 20 years, critic and friend, was nominated for the Life Membership Award by a group of her former students and current colleagues in BC, spearheaded by Eileen Barrett, and I have the pleasure of introducing her to you. For more than 40 years, Kathryn has guided, mentored, and inspired countless young people with her keen eye and unflinching honesty at Studio 58, the professional theatre training program at Vancouver's Langara College. After she became its artistic director in 1985, this already well-respected program became one of Canada's preeminent schools. Under her leadership and guidance, the theoretical and practical aspects of training became deeper and broader, so that Studio 58 graduates are now recognized across the country as people who understand and work in all aspects of theatre. Generations of her students are working as actors, directors, designers, stage managers, artistic directors, and Governor General's award-winning playwrights. And many of them are here tonight, and I'm going to ask them to just stand up quickly. Go. Kathryn has created countless opportunities for equity directors and actors, not only providing them with work, but also with a safe and supportive place to experiment and take risks. Some of Canada's most respected and innovative directors were given their first jobs by Kathryn and honed their talents under her guidance. As long as I've known her, she has promoted and supported the creation of new work, as well as the role of women in all aspects of our profession. Many graduates of Studio 58 have gone on to start their own companies and continue to provide opportunities for equity members. And she's an artist in her own right, a director of depth and breadth, who's worked at Stratford, the National Theatre School, and many theatres in Vancouver and throughout BC. She was the artistic director of West Coast Actors, as well as a founding member of Angry Actors Collective, which she somehow managed to do off the side of her desk while she was running Studio 58. And with them, she's both directed and acted. To quote Scott Bellis, my fellow counselor, actor, director, and secretary-treasurer of Equity, she actually has the moxie to occasionally get up on stage with her students, a fairly rare quality among teachers. My memories of Kathryn range from working through the wee hours to reupholster a sofa for a show opening the next day, to auditioning seemingly hundreds of students after a full day of team teaching, to script editing for CBC Radio, to sweeping the floors of the rooms where we were teaching. No job too big or too small. Over all these years, Kathryn continues to reinvent herself and work with others to reinvent Studio 58 and keep the training current, relevant, and innovative with her keen intelligence and her huge heart. As we are celebrating Kathryn, in part for her devotion to training young professionals, I wanted to share this introduction with one of her former students, Min Lee, Studio 58 graduate, actor, playwright, and a current Ontario councillor.
Hi. So when I first walked the hallways of Studio 58, I didn't dare look Kathryn in the eye. But that has grown into Kathryn becoming a friend and mentor that I know I can go to for advice and guidance. Kathryn Shaw's leadership at Studio 58 provided me with the tools I needed to pursue a realistic career in theater. She adapts the school's training to the ever-changing needs of the industry, always making sure the students get the skills they need to succeed. Kathryn has a keen eye on the strengths of each and every student and pushes everyone to reach their full potential. Through Kathryn, I've learned that I can't ever be perfect in any way, but I can always dig deeper, find more truth, be my authentic self, not only in the work I do, but in the life I live. It's been a privilege to have been under the tutelage of Kathryn Shaw.
I was going to go on and on and on about other honors that she's received, but she told me to chop and channel, so imagine. Studio 58 is celebrating its 50th anniversary this year. How fitting to honor Kathryn's accomplishments and contributions to our profession in this year. So it is with the greatest pleasure that Min Lee and I have the honor of presenting Kathryn Shaw with life membership in Canadian Actors Equity Association in recognition of all that she has accomplished, and most particularly for her qualities and values: advocate, artist, ally, astute critic, loyal colleague, and friend. She represents the best of our profession.
I just can't thank Equity enough for giving me this honor. It really means a lot, and it means a lot for us out there on the West Coast to know that the rest of the country knows we're there. Because we are doing things out there. And, you know, many thanks to all of the wonderful students that I've had the privilege of teaching over the years, many of whom are here. It's been the most incredible and rewarding work. I joined Equity when we were still part of American Actors Equity. I separated myself from America in 1972, and so I was really pleased when Equity did the same in 1976. But I came to Canada at a time when theatre was absolutely burgeoning. There were all these wonderful grants, the OFY grants, the LIP grants. Everything was just on a roll, and I felt so lucky to actually land in Canada and be a part of that growth, and to have continued all these many years to see Equity grow and change and adapt to what has been needed, and to make new creative platforms for young people to enter the profession so that they can do their work in a different way than the traditional way. And so I think that it's a very vibrant association that has kept pace and is keeping pace with all of the changes that are taking place in our industry and in live theater. I'm really just so honored to be here with the other people who have been honored and will be honored this evening. I worked with Jenny Phipps many, many years ago. I directed her, and what a thrill that was. And I know many people in this room, besides all my wonderful graduates. It's been an amazing career. I arrived at Studio 58 in 1974, the year that I joined Equity, and I thought, oh, gee, I'll teach a couple of classes here, and, blah, blah, blah. And I was there for 11 years teaching, and then in 1985 took over the program and thought, oh, well, 5 years, And I'm still there. And I say I'm a loser because I can't imagine what else I'll do if I ever have to retire from that job. The scary thing is that I have a mother who's 103. And so, you know what? I could be an Equity member for another 40 years, and that's terrifying. So, thank you all so much. It's a great organization, and I'm proud to be part of it. And thank you so much for thinking of me and for honoring me in this way. Thank you.